Hello, everybody. How's everyone's day going? Mine is going pretty well. I will admit that there is a lot, on my list of things to do. Um, it's all about organizing, um, productivity, prioritizing, and, just, living your life and doing what you desire and what feels good to you. Which I've said before is easier said than done. That is the like kind of like meaning and message of, sorry, I'm reading a text. The meaning and message of, just kind of like the outside energy and what's going on as like an overall picture. So I did pull some namaste cards, which are just I'm seeing like basically just, little like tips and tricks. I think I probably should pull this closer so the sound quality is better. Yeah, what are these? They're simple yet powerful exercises and affirmations. So, just giving you that reminder and, you know, a place for your mind to go that's beneficial. So I did pull some of them out. I actually didn't do it's funny. I actually did like a whole Nightmare Before Christmas reading. I have them all like tagged in this card in this book um, last night, but I totally like after like curled up in a little ball and passed out. Pretty sure there's slobber on my pillow. Like I was already like I was gonna make a video and then instead curled up in a ball, passed out, and woke up. I don't even know what time it was that I fell asleep. But here we are again today. Um, I also like went through the cards last night, like ahead of time. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go through this whole entire reading and see what energy it brings, and then go through it the second time. I was thinking about taking notes, but then like that tired sleepiness started coming over me, and then I curled up in a ball and fell asleep. But it's all still tagged here because when I woke up, I was like, well, that reading's done. But in a sense, it's not. I also, have been kind of like breaking the deck down and then taking that remainder card on top and sending it as a message. And it kind of rotated through different cards and it's landed on the V of Needles. Okay, so I searched which was the Five of Swords because, by the way, guys, um, I've been like called to go more back towards I found my deck. My it's so weird how like this is going like sending paranormal like experiences right now because it's like it's not paranormal but it's like a higher power like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's like spirit, basically spirit, It's like the other like an actual tarot card deck. These ones are tarot card decks, but it's just like I don't know. I'll have to figure out what I'm trying to say. But the Five of Swords, I did a Wikipedia search, and it says, um, so hello. It's showing me an image of the card that I wish I could like put on the video, but it's a guy. Okay, we're not going to explain it because you're not able to see it. So it says the figure in the foreground suggests, excuse me, victory, potency, and ample preparation or confidence. also suggests unwilling or unnecessary contributions from losing parties. This card is also the defeat card in the deck. The ragged looking and torn asunder sky amplifies a frayed, shabby, and jagged celestial plane. This card can represent dangerous overconfidence, and in its reversed form indicates a seeming triumph which will ultimately tumultuous calamitous, which is involves calamity and catastrophic or disastrous. For some reason, when I try to read something and say it out loud, it just doesn't work. So, victory, potency. It's almost like that winner that didn't deserve it. And you ultimately get what you deserve. So if you are in a position where you're not actually a true winner, you don't reap that reward in the end. Um, it's the defeat card. So I guess that's kind of like a broad statement. Like it can go across the board in a bunch of different ways. Looking like V of Swords, Five of Swords is not necessarily something you would like. Um, so it's saying that the sky is bringing on like frayed, shabby, and jagged celestial plane. Like, so even like all the way back in time, like these spiritual messages were there. Like, it's a part of who we are, it's a part of our world, it's a part of our life. So, and it's almost like, it's your product of your environment. You're not necessarily in as much control as you think. But it's gonna lead right back into, so I almost feel like, okay, we pulled out this great Five of Swords card. So now it's like defeat. So now I'm gonna go into, examples of, things that could possibly help. It is give your mind a treat. Notice how sometimes you can crave pizza and ice cream? When your tummy wants something that it loves, you tend to give in and indulge it. Let your mind have a treat as well. Where do your thoughts drift to when you think of happiness? What is it that would put a huge smile on your face? Invoke those thoughts for 8 minutes. Let your mind fantasize. I really have to take a drink, so I don't believe I went over these before, and I'm not going to read it again. But let your mind fantasize for 8 minutes for your mind. I like this one. To just take 8 minutes of your day to let it escape and go into somewhere happy versus the pressures of the world. So it's saying that this exercise can release good hormones and have a positive effect on your body. I'll take it. I'm actually going to try that for myself today and see how it affects me. Even though I feel like I already kind of do um, dream a lot and fantasize, whatever we'll say. But, to actually intend that energy, I feel like could possibly, potentially take me to a different place. Okay, so, and sorry if I just totally destroyed reading that message. Oh, maybe it'll pop up again, and because I don't want to like drag it by reading it all over. It's, I'm bombing this. It's not about the destination, it's about the experience. You don't need to be somewhere or have something to be happy. The experience is always more memorable than the actual destination or the object you desire. If you think more about the destination than the actual journey, then you will miss out on all the lively and lovely experiences while on the way. Don't measure success by where you have been, but what you have in on your learned in your journeys. Be aware of how you quantify success. Becoming aware of your thought patterns allows you to reduce them. By reducing our thoughts, we have more time to be in the present. It's like deep, slow down. The turtle wins the race in the story, not the hare. When we are stressed or overconfident, we can make mistakes in a hurry to get things done. If you slow down, you will embrace the experience and focus more on what you're doing. This exercise will allow you to concentrate and be present in your actions, allowing you to make fewer mistakes and feel less stressed. Um, there's a lot of good examples that would reinforce slowing down being something um, helpful in certain situations. In a lot of different situations, like as far as like being upset and making rash decisions. Like if you slow down and think about it, you'll come up with a better outcome. Um, EMTs, paramedics, like yes, they're racing to get to their destination, but and sometimes they'll run to you, obviously, but a lot of the times they have to keep a cool, calm, like level headed, like I'm gonna get to you. I know I have the tools and essentials I need to win this battle, but I have to remain like they're not like not to say that they're not frantic because they're in a very stressful situation, but to make those, you know, split life altering decisions, life or death decisions, you have to be calm and slow to the the decision. Like they can't be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. They have to be, I don't know. There was another example too, but I kind of overtook it with the EMT. Slow. But basically, just summarizing, like taking your time with speaking, taking your time with making a decision, taking your time gives you more time to, you know, perfect it. It'll help you get things done better than you think. Make friends with the voice in your head. This card's not going to be enough for me. Take a moment to make friends with the voice in your head. The best of friends listen more than they speak. The best of friends listen more than they speak. I felt like I had to say that twice. So just take a while and listen to what the voice in your head is telling you. Are they nice things? Are they negative things? Just listen. Do this for 8 minutes. While doing this exercise, begin to accept the good words and put away the bad ones. Make friends with the voice in your head so when it speaks, it will shower you with encouraging thoughts and positive emotions. That's what they say when they say your mind is powerful. Like, it's obviously so much more than just positive and negative, but like if you're sometimes people are going through negative emotions all day and aren't even aware. But when you do exercises like this and you sit and you listen and you're looking out for it, you're like, oh wow, I need to change the way what I'm saying to myself, what I'm feeding myself. And these things really do make an impact and they do work. When you are a positive person, um, you have that ability to think positive things. So if you're just 24/7 filling it in with positive things, then that's going to ultimately come from you. Um, but when you're unaware that you're going through ants, automatic negative thinking, you tend to start expelling that, so you are a product of who you are. Think good things to yourself, because just because nobody else can hear them doesn't mean that you should be doing that to yourself in the first place, because in the end it is what the outside sees. And even if it's a consistent struggle, it'll be shown as a consistent struggle, and that means you are internally consistently struggling. So, and you want to get past that. You want to be, oh, Jackie's really happy. She's a happy person. She feeds off a lot of good energy, positive energy, like consistently. Because if you're not consistently doing it, you're viewed as a struggle. Like, oh, she's going through something that is in conflict with her inner happiness. Okay, the next one is to be and just to be. Be grateful for being. Just being alive and well is sometimes overlooked. It is. Um, you are here and you matter. Give yourself this grace. You don't have to accomplish anything or become something. Just be who you are right now and thank yourself for that. Be who you are in the moment and celebrate. Gratefulness helps us maintain a positive state of mind. A positive state of mind helps reduce stress. I will reinforce this as many times as I need. Sagittarius zodiac is very positive. Like that's how we like optimize our life. Like we want, um, at least like as far as our outlook. Like we are the ones smiling. We are the ones who don't want no drama. Like we will be about the drama. We are a fire sign. Um, so, um, but and we're also like one of the most unhappy. But it's like that's the part of like you, and I'm just saying like as an individual, it's like you want all this sunshine, you want all this happiness, but you are the storm cloud and you like have it inside you, but you mask it with optimism and the greatness for life, being alive. Where is it? To be and just be like you're happy with that, you're content with that, you want to bring happiness, like that is like your persona. It's like that rainbow, it's like happiness, imagination. So when we're not, like we aren't able to take it on like another sign would be able to do, like yes, we can be unhappy, but it's on like a whole nother level of like it's just very uncomfortable. Like we want to be in a energy that's satisfying. Okay. And for us, like, these feelings just aren't it. So, okay. Back to the basics. The best things in life are free. When the world becomes too overwhelming, leave it all behind. Get back to the basics and escape within yourself. Pretend nothing else exists except you. What part of your body feels the safest and calmest? Center yourself there now. Let everything else fall away. Remain in the state for 8 minutes. Giving time to yourself instead of everything else allows you to recharge and reconnect with your energy and power. This will give you the gift of harmony. Just, adding on to it is taking care of yourself. Um, it is important. You have to fill your cup before you can give to another. I also picked out meditation cards. It's Tai Chi, balance, yoga, and sit outside. And I feel when I picked these out last night, I felt like it was, I also staged and everything. And the whole thing was everything for me. And that makes sense. That makes sense. It really makes sense because, well, number one, I was really, really looking for answers myself. Um, and, of how I could heal in this moment. There's actually, like, a lot going on. We'll just say physical matters. Um, and I got these cards, and now I've been doing a little bit of stretching. I can't say I've done Tai Chi, but Tai Chi is a Chinese form of martial arts that involves a series of movements and postures. This practice is hundreds of years old. This is done in a controlled, quiet manner while practicing deep breathing. It helps keep the muscles limber and eases stress on your system. I've heard a lot of good things about Tai Chi. Um, I think that would, when it came out, I was like, yeah, I definitely need to do some of this, especially before I go back into work, which is tomorrow. So I'll probably look up like a YouTube video because it's all out there. It might not be like up to the highest standard of like taking a class or something, but it's okay. It's free. It's something you can do on your own time. Like, you could even probably go to like a public library and get a book on Tai Chi, which I think I've done in the past. The second one is balance, and it says sit down and close your eyes, take a deep breath, and it slow. Take a deep breath in and it slowly exhale. Think about the different times of your life that fill you with joy. Concentrate on ways to make more of those times. Um, you know, both of those have required breathing. Yeah, two of those required breathing. I was looking up like healing your body, and it suggested to take like 10 deep breaths and like hold them in, but like not with your diaphragm, but like lower, and to like do it like frequently through the day to make sure that you're getting air into your system. So, those two cards are definitely bringing out that importance of being able to breathe and making sure you're getting oxygen in. Yoga. Um, a lot of people know what yoga is, but sometimes you can only scratch the surface. And when you really like go into something and dive deeper into the subject, you find really, really cool, interesting stuff. Like, it's not just this simple, like, boring, like, I don't know. So, this is an active form of meditation. Start by looking up beginner yoga stretches. A few minutes every day will increase blood flow and oxygen. So, it's like you're thinking it's just, stretching and like, I don't know, like, but it has all these benefits for your body. I really like how these cards it's almost like a definition of what it is, like in a simple but like straightforward, like, but like full of information at the same time. Yoga is an active form of meditation. Um, you can start by beginner yoga stretches, a few minutes every day. Just a few minutes every day will increase blood and oxygen flow. So it's like it's much more than just stretching. It's much more than this or that. It's like vital and very important for your body. Sit outside. Pick a quiet place in a park or under a tree. Sit quietly and observe the world around you. Try to engage every sense. Notice the people, the color of the grass, the smells in the air, and the wind on your face. Um, that card makes you feel like you're like in the moment itself. It's like when you go to a park or something and you go do that and you start like observing everything around you and you're like, just in this moment and you're like kind of like freeing yourself or letting your like nourishing your spirit. And then this card is basically telling you exactly that. It's like this is your experience, this is what happens when you do it. But it doesn't make up the moment itself. You actually have to go do it. And I feel like I can kind of understand where like it might seem weird, like, oh, I'm going to go just sit here and do this and it's just going to be awkward. But go go where it calls you and just, give it a try. Go on a walk on a nature park. It's nice. Or just down your street. Like sometimes I'll find just like walking my dog, like it's just really enjoyable. Where is my dog? Back into the Namaste cards. Um, there were three. It's acknowledge what you do, let it out, crack a routine. How many things do you actually accomplish in a day? Do you even remember all of them? Take a day and be conscious of everything you start and finish. You will be amazed at how many things you actually do. From small to large tasks, take a brief moment to acknowledge every completed task. At the end of the day, thank yourself for what you have accomplished. There are many things that were not completed, but there is always tomorrow. Never mind that right now. Be grateful for what you were able to accomplish today. This will add motivation to do even more tomorrow. Whoa, I struggled. I find when like I struggle through a card, even though I get it, like I could just not be reading something properly. Like I feel like it's something like really, really going on with my life. Okay, let it out. Breathe in everything good and breathe out everything negative. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. With every breath out, every time it says breathe, I'm gonna come up with a new song. The I'll be watching you every breath you take. Someone's calling me. I'm not answering. With every breath out, breathe out something unnecessary. Negative thoughts, emotions, memories, whatever is weighing you down. Let it out through your breath. All right, I'll try it. I'll try it. Do this for 8 minutes. Breathing in generally calms the body down and relaxes the mind. Intentionally letting go of negativity with every breath will allow you to feel lighter and even more powerful. True. Crack a routine. We all like established routes that are familiar and efficient. The problem is when we get caught up in the same cycle, we reduce our ability to bring new things into our lives. I could I could speak evidence behind that statement. We reduce our ability to, whoa. The problem is when we get caught up in the same cycle, we reduce our ability to bring new things into our lives that we can learn from. Crack a routine today. It could be something as simple as how you make breakfast or get ready for work. If you want to take it up a notch, try talking to people who you rarely engage with. See if you can cultivate a new relationship. Changing a routine can help bring new wonders into our lives and help us integrate new perspectives that allow us to learn and grow. So, like ultimately, I feel like when your desires and like goals come about, usually, the outside kind of like ties itself into it. So it's like I'm taking in the messages, but from what I'm desiring in my heart, it's going into with like exactly what I'm thinking because it's trying to reinforce and help me get on this wave. And it's like I'm really appreciative of that. Like I'm happy that, you know, there is something here building me up as much effort as I'm putting into. So the sad part of it, or the sad choice of it, is to have all of this and not put any more energy or effort into, helping. Like it's almost like a back and forth. Like I give you some, you give me some, I give you. We keep putting it into this like middle ground. But it only continues as long as you allow it to go. It's like if I stop putting in, then it's going to stop being returned. So it's like the more I put in, the more that's going to come back as a reaction. Same with like just going up to someone and saying hello. Like more than likely they're going to give you something back and say hello back to you. But as much as I, am okay and open for conversation and talking to people, I think I really need to get my life together. So I'm okay with just kind of being in the background, kind of like how I always been. And because right now is me time. So I can fill my cup and, be content and choose who I give it to. Like I'm not, and it's hard enough as it is, but like I feel like people will be okay. And also at the same time of like just kind of going through this experience, like I am kind of going to be here, like I'm willing to be a part of anybody and associate with anybody, but it has to be in my own way as well. Like, and if it's being on this platform and trying to talk and communicate and send out my message, and that's what it's going to be. And I feel like I still have a lot of growing and healing to do. I have This is a experience and journey for me, and this is why I'm documenting it, because I want to make a difference. I want to be a part of healing and making the world a better place and a lot of different things. And it's like, and I feel like that's a cool opportunity to start within yourself and share it with everybody, because I always needed everybody. And it's like, I want, you know, it's like that feeling where it's like I want to be friends with everybody in the world. Like I wish everybody knew me and I knew everybody, and I get that's not an easy accomplished task. An easy task to accomplish, but that's it's like go big or go home. That's my personal life decisions. This is my personal desires. It's like let me live and let me be who I desire to be, because I feel like it's a door that needs to be opened. Sometimes it does. Because like I'll think about it and I'll be like, okay, well, you sounding very like selfish and greedy and like, but in reality, my intentions are very pure and they're very like I want to get out of this. I want to get out of this heaviness. Um, yeah. So there's just so much to happen and go on. My next video, I think I wanted to try to, um, well, I want to do a reading with the Miss Cleo deck, because it's more like a, like, not hating on the Nightmare Before Christmas, because I feel like the Nightmare for Christmas is still a tarot card deck. Like, it's still the same idea. It's just more like it's Disney, like where the Miss Cleo's deck is like, that is like your Ace of Swords, that is your Magician. Like those are like, it's like the real deal. It's the real deal. And I did see them. So when I like actually visualized them, I'm like, oh snap, I get to make one of those readings. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Do I didn't do a did I pick the same card? I don't know. The V of Needles, because if I legit just like went like this and it was like boom, oh, I did it again. So maybe it's not as crazy as I think, but still, I mean, this whole thing and just be like boom. That's why I always thought like I was like pretty lucky, like with like blackjack or something. Like cards are special, whether it be like cards that you're playing poker with or these kind of cards. Like if you could shuffle them, they have some type of magic to them and probability. And I still don't really understand the like counting cards on blackjack. Maybe a little bit like, okay, you can see that this card right here is like an ace of hearts. So then you know that that's one of them. But still, like to like be able to like just know, that's some insane like math going on. But I feel like my trick is like just going off of like the feeling in your heart, like your intuition is not always right. It's not always like on point, but sometimes. So that's the downfall to it. But I'll be like, oh my God, that next card's gonna be an ace. I'm gonna get 21. And sure enough, the next card is an ace, and I get a 21. So it's like, I don't know why I haven't been like gambling all my life. I probably could be rich right now or completely broke, but I've actually never played blackjack in my entire life, so no high roller over here. But I do want to one day. I think it would be cool. Forgive my bumminess. Um, just pretty much hanging out. I'm gonna go get my hair done. Um, we're now considering not even dyeing it. I looked at it closer, and it'd be looking like some Lion King hair, and I kind of like it. But at the same time, like it's the time that it needs to get cut. But then you're just upset, and then it's just shorter. I just shouldn't even go at all. All right, well, I should have ended this video a little while ago, but I'm gonna end it now, and maybe I'll come back later and do some other videos, about like just like characteristics and like gratitude and humbleness and respect and certain things like that. Like I have a really high calling towards that as well, and that's also reinforcement into making good choices every day. It's like the reminder of your morale. There's just a few different like things that I would like to establish. I would definitely like to write more and go into that part of my life in my chapter. um I hope I can make a career out of writing, just because I do want to share my ideas and my stories, and I find it enjoyable. So there's a lot that's going on. There's a lot of shifts that need to come into place. And I just, I hope everybody knows that I genuinely care and love them, and I appreciate, everything that's been done for me. I appreciate just your presence and your existence in my life, and it's a greater impact than, sometimes we forget. Um, and I want to be present and I want to be involved in the daily motion. And I get it, like things have happened and you have to find your place and way in the world, and that's what I'm working on. And I'm hoping it can be a big redemption and a big comeback and a big everything it needs to be, because I don't want to be a external force going into negativity or a dark place, or basically just not giving back to the world where it needs to be. It's like, if you're not going to give anything good, then you don't, deserve your place. If you are giving back good and, doing what your heart desires, you're going to be much happier. And, that's what I'm working on to get to. And I'm like excited for the journey. I know it's going to take a lot of hard work, but I'm sitting here and thought that the hard work is much more, it's worth much more than being where I'm at. Like, this is at all not worth it to me. But, doing something that is of worth and feeling beneficial to the outside energy, that will feel good. So, it's all about pushing forward and getting stuff done, and I'm going, like, I'm here for it. I'm ready for it, and I'm ready to, continue forward and on a positive journey. You know, Life can change in an instant, and I'm terrified of that. I don't want to take time for granted. I don't want to miss out on opportunities um anymore. So, we're all in our own world in life, and just be easy and sensitive to another person. And and if you can't do that, then be sensitive to yourself and take care of yourself and try to just shelter yourself. Like, I don't know. It's like I'm no doctor. um, I hope everybody has a good rest of their day, and I'm going to hopefully make another video later. Sorry, I know this is pretty choppy. I'm doing the best I can. Thank you guys for all being here. If you are, take care, and I will holla at you later.